Okay, hi. So I just want to finish off with the IPA chart and do the remaining vowels that aren't included in the cardinal vowels. So I guess we're no longer doing cardinal vowels, I suppose. I can probably get rid of that. So we've finished listing all the official cardinal vowels. We'll just do the rest of what's in there. Okay, so let's start with one that hopefully most people who are understanding me speaking will be familiar with, and that is the vowel, a. And that is an English, so the English vowel a. Did I write? I don't think I drew that very well. You can't see that. This is a as in the cat sat on the mat. Bad, sad, glad, Okay. There it is, a. And it's between the low mid and the low, the one that I keep not getting quite right. I have to listen back to see if I got that quite right. I can't hear it on the spot. Okay. So this one, we have this special symbol here, largely because it comes from very much that tradition of describing English, okay? So it's not in this ideal equidistant space of reference points for the cardinal vowels, but it is so commonly used in the English tradition that it's ended up on the International Phonetic Alphabet chart, okay? So there it is. Now, there's a couple of other vowels that also come from that tradition of describing English and other Germanic languages. The first one is, it sometimes gets called the lax vowel. I'm going to write it, it's a small I. And the idea is, it's a vowel that often turns up when for some reason you don't have enough time to reach this high front vowel target, this perfect target, E, and you don't quite get there and you say something like, I think I always find this one very hard to do on its own. It's probably what more commonly people actually pronounce, okay. And it comes from the tradition of trying to describe what happens to this ideal vowel when for some reason you don't have enough time to reach that target. Maybe it's a short vowel, okay, instead of being a long vowel. Maybe it's in a closed syllable, okay. So it's shortened as by dint of being in a closed syllable. So there's that, okay. Some people call it lax. It's a term that's gone a bit out of favour in phonetics, but you'll still hear people referring to that as the lax vowel. And its counterpart is this, and I will try and do that. It's like an upside down. Is it a horseshoe? It's a letter U, kind of. And it's the lax counterpart of the perfect ooh, ooh, ooh. If you're not quite reaching that target, you don't have enough time. It's a unstressed syllable, so it's short, or it's in a closed, or it's a closed syllable. All sorts of reasons. I'll try and do it. Ooh, 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 ooh. That's not so bad. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm not sure. I'd have to listen back to my recording and see if I got that quite right. So that also exists. It's not cardinal, but people use that symbol to describe when it's, the symbol exists from that tradition of describing the Germanic languages. There is also for this vowel we also have the small capital Y. So I could try and do that. Something like that, okay? Not quite reaching that version that's almost hitting frication territory, okay? So yeah, we don't have a corresponding symbol over for the back unrounded vowel, okay? Again, this is probably coming from the fact that this IPA chart was very much coming from describing European languages rather than Asian languages. Okay, so English, French, German, and so on. All right. What else do I need to do? my goodness, I need to do probably the most important vowel in all of the world's languages. And I don't know what else to say, except I can't believe it's left till last on the IPA chart. But it lives down here. It's officially put down here. It ends up, officially it's written there. So it's not entirely low central, but most people will think of it as low central. And it's the vowel ah, pa, ta, ka, pa, ta, ka. The most common vowel in the world's languages, bar none. And I actually don't know the historical reason for why this upside down vowel symbol is used. But there it is. That is the strict IPA chart. The low central vowel, which is the most common vowel in all the languages of the world, has an unusual symbol and isn't a cardinal vowel. Pa, ta, ka. So many people will end up using this low vowel symbol here for the central vowel. So they will use this symbol for pa, ta, ka. In the strict IPA, this is pa, ta, pa. Now I've lost it again. Pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, ka. Instead of pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta. I've lost it. Pa, pa, ta, ka. I think I've lost it altogether. And then we've got the back vowel here, pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, ka. Pa, ta, ka. I think I've lost that front vowel again. I'm sorry. Sometimes I hit it and sometimes I don't. Okay. So we've also got another really, really extremely important vowel to do. It lives bang in the middle of the vowel space, and that is the vowel schwa. Okay, now, it's really hard to do this vowel as it's really intended. It's a central vowel, and it's in between high mid and low mid. In reality, this vowel, this symbol gets used for a lot of vowels that occupy all around the middle of the vowel space. I will try to do a neutral vowel, but it is really hard to find something that's completely neutral. It's just so hard to do, I don't know if I'm even doing it right. Okay, now, again, given that this IPA chart derives from the days when people were trying to find symbols to describe things perfectly, okay? And things were written by hand, so we've got some more unusual symbols to write out now. There are variants of schwa. These symbols that I'm about to write don't get used very often, and I'm probably going to miss the pronunciations because it's very hit and miss. So don't feel bad if you can't do them. Right. Let me start with this one down here, which I might have the best chance of doing, and let me see if I can write it. Okay. So this one, a version of this turns up quite often, and it's the number 3 in British English in their pronunciation of a word like bird, bird. It's lower than oh, now I've lost it. It is unrounded, and there's a rounded counterpart. I'm just going to check how to write that because I don't write it often. It's a funny sort of, in fact, I almost never write it. Okay, there it is. Something like that. So that's a rounded part of bird. Will be a rounded version of bird, 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 bird. So we're really dealing with subtleties here. And I'm not even sure if I'm hitting those targets at all. Now, further up here, we've got a sort of more high mid version rather than a low mid version of schwa. Let me see if I can do this. This one is written as it also was written as schwa, and again I'm going to check this, but it's back to front. It's sort of like a back to front E. There we go. So this is a proper E, this is a back to front E, and that's a schwa, which is quite different again. All right, let me see if I can do this. So it's sort of higher. And then we do a rounded version. I'm going to check how to write this one as well. It's sort of like an O with a line through the middle, but yeah, kind of like that. Let me see. So, and really, you'll probably have trouble hearing the difference. So remember, this is unrounded, this is rounded. You'll probably have trouble hearing the difference between and a proper front high mid. So yeah, so I guess it's almost like a lax version, isn't it? Not quite hitting that target there. So, as I say, they're all sorts of flavours of schwa, these ones here, okay? And they will sound like schwa. Yeah, so it's, as I say, those symbols don't get used very often, but it doesn't hurt to have them, I suppose. And otherwise, yeah, just work on those. These will sound these will sound like flavours of a. So a, o, I hope I did that right. I really do struggle with that one. Okay, so that's the non-cardinal vowels. And I think I've done everything on the IPA vowel chart now, which is great.